Today, we're going to focus on 4 modeling and pinching methods that you can use to create great sculptures with clay. Our first method is called the pinch pot method. You may have tried this before, but basically all you do for a pinch pot is roll it into a ball, stick your thumb into the center of the clay, and then begin pinching and turning to make the walls or the side of the pot. As I'm pinching and turning, I'm smoothing out any cracks. I'm using the water to help me smooth out any cracks that might develop in the clay as I'm working, and I just continue to pinch and turn. I also like to tap the top of the clay pinch pot and also the bottom of the pinch pot. And while pinch pots are great on their own, they also make great bases for sculptures because you can actually just make your pinch pot, and then if you have enough clay, you can actually pinch to make other parts and pieces that stick out. Our next method is for making 4-legged animals, or animals that stand on 4 legs. So to get started with this, all you need to do is roll out a kind of short, stubby cylinder of clay. You're just going to pinch the head, and you're going to actually slice halfway down the thickness of the clay, going vertically and horizontally to kind of create these 4 sections that are going to become the legs. Here's where the pinching begins. You pinch each of those 4 sections that are still attached to the main part of the body into the 4 legs. And then it should be able to stand up. You can pinch other things as well, like a tail, you can pinch ears, you can pinch different face parts, and use your tools to add other textures and details. Our next method is called the bust method because you're creating something kind of from the shoulders up. So you again start with a cylinder of clay. You're going to kind of pinch and toward the middle of the clay to make like a neck where the head and shoulders kind of attach. And then you're going to push your thumb inside so that the body is actually hollow because you don't want your clay to be so thick that it cracks and breaks. As I'm forming this, I can kind of shape out the shoulders and the body however I want to, and I can also pinch the face parts and make it look however I want. Sometimes I do animals or people this way. Our last method is if you want to create a full human figure from head to toe. So again, you start with a short stubby cylinder of clay, roll it out, make it nice and smooth, and then you begin forming the shape by starting with pinching a little bit of clay at the top to create the neck, head, and shoulders. Then you're going to actually cut in 3 places all the way through the clay. Those 3 slices are going to give you the body plus sections of clay to start pinching and forming the arms and legs. As you're pinching this clay, you're going to kind of pull and expand the arms and the legs to form them into a longer shape. But you want to be careful about that midsection of the body that you don't make it too thin. And if it starts to crack, make sure you smooth it out. And once you have that basic shape, you can position it however you want. Let's review those 4 methods. First, we have our pinch pot method, which is a great basic shape. Then you have the 4-legged animal for any animal that stands on 4 legs. You can use the bust method if you want to create a human or animal from the shoulders up. And lastly, we have the full human figure if you want to create a human from head to toe. Which modeling method would you like to try?